Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Good to be seen again online. And just some updates. I had said on Sunday that we were going to have some things to say this week, and we do. And society's beginning to change quite a bit now. There's been lots of updates coming, and the reopening has been happening of our country and our province and our city, and our staff and our elders have been really thinking about and praying about what does a reopening of OBC look like? When would that be happening? I know that a lot of you have expressed a great amount of thankfulness for sure for the live stream that we've been doing on Sunday mornings. Everybody kind of likes to have church in their PJs once in a while, kind of stumble out and onto the couch with a cup of coffee and not a lot of thought to hair and makeup. It's kind of nice. But a lot of you, though, have been kind of anxious, like, hey, when are we going to get going again in person on Sunday mornings? Oh, and just before I forget, hey, if you see a member of the worship team or a member of the tech team or have them on like Facebook or something, you just send them a note. Say thanks for all they've been doing, providing a way for us to connect and worship together, even if we are not able to be together in body, we can be together at heart. And it's been a couple of months now, and not everybody in the world is exactly on the same page about what should be happening in our world. You might have noticed that. And not everybody in our church probably is going to be exactly on the same page as everyone else. Got to keep that in mind. In fact, some may be reading even very different chapters, let alone the same page, when it comes to proceeding at church at this time. And there can be a lot of different feelings going on. All right, some people are maybe like they're full of joy and there's peace and has increased over the last couple of months. Felt more real, become closer than ever before. But others not so much. And not fared so well. Some anguish from frustration, fear, anxiety, even like hopelessness and depression for some. And through all of this, we've been doing our best not to be pointing fingers, right? Not leveling accusations of foolishness at those who feel differently, who might see things differently than we do. Tensions and suspicions are very high right now in our world. But we need to, as followers of Christ, feel how he felt about the world around him and the people, and he felt compassion for others because we don't know what's going on in their hearts and their lives, and we don't know what they're dealing with when they're trying to cope with their friends and their family and their work. And we need to show patience, and we need to refuse to pass judgment on people, and we've been doing that, assuming the best about others and esteeming them highly, even if we don't see eye to eye to them with them on all of this stuff. And remember, none of us have all of the facts. And although, sure, some opinions may be more accurate than others, we need to remember that none of us knows the whole truth about this situation. None of us have all the right answers. And for the past 10 weeks, we have suspended gathering at our building for weekly worship for the care and protection of our church and for the communities we work in and live in. We've decided to do that, and especially the elderly and the already health compromised among us. We want to help spread things around. We have been living by the words of Titus in Titus 3:1. We studied that a couple of years ago, and Paul gave some instructions about how we are supposed to function as the followers of Christ in society. He says, remind them, Titus, remind your church to be submissive to rulers and authorities, to be obedient, to be ready for every good work, to speak evil of no one, to avoid quarreling, to be gentle, and to show perfect courtesy toward all people. We are to love our neighbors as ourselves, is what we're supposed to be doing. And we want to continue to love our neighbors as ourselves. Galatians 6:10 says, as we have opportunity to let us do good to everyone. We have abundant opportunity, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. And so we want to continue not to just do good out there to the world around us, but also to be good to each other in these times. We want to continue to love, and we want to continue to do good as we also continue to follow the directions and the guidelines that our government has set before us in BC. And so we're planning, how can we do this? And we're going to do it next week. May 31st is the day we're going to start to gather again on Sunday mornings. We're going to continue to adhere to the guidelines that have been implemented in the community and the province around us, and we're putting together a plan of how that actually can work. And just a heads up, there's going to be some changes required as we go forward. I know there's a wide range of responses to this announcement that I'm making now. Some of you'll be not ready to come on Sundays yet for a variety of reasons. That's fine. There's health concerns, age, not just feeling comfortable with it yet. That's fine. And some of you'll be like, it's about time. You should never have stopped in the first place. And I'm sure there's a wide range of responses to this in between as well. Please note, we're going to continue to live stream. That's not going to stop. Services on Sunday for any and all who can't be with us in person. And we're very thankful for the technology that we have that enables us to continue to do that. So here's the thing. Regardless of the diversity of the opinion on the plan and the timing for regathering, I'm hoping we can all abide by the words of Paul, okay? Ephesians 4, 1-3 says, walk in a manner worthy of the calling for which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit and the bond of peace. See, here's the thing. During this time, it's been a joy for us to see as elders and staff and people in OBC, this crisis and this difficulty has unified us in unprecedented ways. It's amazing. A lot of us feel closer with our brothers and sisters in Christ than we did before. And we thank God for what he has done. And it would be a terrible shame now, after all of that unity building and the momentum that God has been building into OBC and his church and his function and us in each other, and then our plan to gather again physically were to cause divisions within us spiritually, that would be tragic. We can't let that happen. So whatever you and your family's decision about the level of engagement you'll be participating in is, how about we just all commit to this? We're going to show kindness. We're going to suspend our judgment of others. We're going to assume that each of us has their heart set on honoring God and is doing their best to be obedient to him at this time. Okay, even if they choose a different course of action than we do. Can we all do that? Can we do it together? I know we can. And okay, so one of the main things is, one of the main questions to be answered is how we're going to keep our gatherings under 50, because that's the guideline. Hey, the government has asked us to keep gatherings under 50. So anyone who calls OBC their church home will be receiving an email within the next few days, a couple of questions relating to this and relating to what we need to know from you so that we can continue to do what we need to do as far as obeying the government and the guidelines set out and being good neighbors and not making it look like we're a part of the problem, we're going to be a part of the solution. We don't want to cause a scene, and we want to gather though. So we're trying to figure out the logistics of that for what that might look like on a Sunday morning. There's several options we're considering, but we really need some indication of how many people might even want to show up on a Sunday. So please respond to the email as promptly as possible when you receive it. I'm excited. The elders are excited. This world has been pushed farther and opened up in a way that we never would have thought possible a few months ago. And the Church of Jesus Christ now is unprecedented opportunity to proclaim the gospel of God and the lordship of Christ to this world around us. We're thankful for that, and we can't wait to see what God is going to do. And I look forward to seeing what God's going to do and has in store for us as we go out in the next weeks and months and years. And I'm also looking forward to seeing you all again in person next week, May 31st. See me Sunday. You are loved. Bye.